Hello everybody, this is ToyDude22, and today I decided to do a review of a Gundam. Here's the box. This is Beginning Gundam, as you can see right there, from the series Gunpla Builders, Beginning G. This is a high grade, and actually in the show, the entire show, or the 3-episode miniseries, was all about kids building models, and this was like the lead model. So here's the front of the box. Pretty nice, made by Bandai, obviously. There's some sticker up there. On the side of the box, you get a nice picture of the Beginning Gundam doing a 3 beam saber slash type move. Focus. And then over here you see, it shows off that his arms can go forward, his legs can rotate. They pivot on an axis right there, and he gets that much articulation in the leg. And here's some awesome poses. And this model right here in the picture, I think it may be painted by a pro. Actually, no, that one's not painted at all, I don't think. It could be, who knows. But yeah, there are some pictures of it. There is a picture of it doing the 3 beam saber slash, and that I know is definitely painted by a pro. And panel lined, which I didn't do either of. So there's a picture of it with 1 beam saber. There's a picture of it from the show, right there. Another picture of it from the show. Over here you have the warning labels, which are put on there by America. I bought from my local hobby shop. There's another picture of it. I don't think that one's painted actually, so that shows you. There's a picture of the pilot, who I can't pronounce the name of, except, as I said, it's about them building the Gundam, so there's them building it, there's the kid building it. That's an actual person cutting out a piece, and actual person building it, and then thing from the TV show. And that's the unpainted picture, which doesn't look anything. I mean, they made it look way too bland in this one. It looks way too see-through and clear. It doesn't actually look that clear when you actually look at it. But, so yeah, it's a box, and inside you get the manual, which, pretty nice, and there's a picture of the Gundam right there, which is the standard picture, anytime you search this guy, some color pages in the middle, actually when you just first open it, of it from the show, and the stuff that's in here is just the empty parts, and get like all these cool pictures of it doing like action poses, what it can do, 3 slash. It shows the head Vulcans. It on an action base, some stuff in Japanese. The story is enemy basically from the show. More cool action poses, more movie stuff, more TV show stuff. Then it shows you how to build everything in 3 pages, and on the back you get basically, hey look, they built it in the show, this is how you build it, type things. And then the builder and the Gundam again, and then the plain unpainted picture, which doesn't look right. So, yeah, let's actually bring out the model. Okay, so here is the Beginning Gundam. I must say, he actually looks pretty cool. Let me get a better look. Let me give you a better look here. On his head, his little V-fin is actually see-through, so that's pretty cool. Focus, there we go. These are stickers, right there. Everything, the stickers are like right there on his eyes, that little cameras on the front and the back of his head, on his knees, and his arms. Those are like the only stickers on this guy, which is pretty cool. Everything else is actually made out of plastic. So, here he is. There's the full 360, and now let's get into some articulation. So in terms of articulation, his head, it's on a ball joint, can go wherever, and it's on like a 2 pivotal ball joint, so it can go, it's like the ball joint's on a ball joint underneath, so it can kind of do the chicken neck thing. And then in terms of the shoulders, they go forward that far by themselves, and then they go all the way around, which is expected, go out that far, so it's not a full 90 degrees, but close. They kind of pop out sometimes, and then it rotates the upper part of the arm, which you need to actually get his arm to bend forward, thanks to the elbow joint, which, ooh, it clicks right there. Nice. So it only goes up about that far, a little over 90 degrees. I'm not sure if it's supposed to click. And then his fist is on a ball joint and stuff, except since this red panel's here, turning his fist this way is kind of challenging, because it doesn't really look that good, but, well, and in terms of waist articulation, it's on a ball joint, so you can go wherever it wants to, 360, whatever. His legs, they swivel at the upper part of the leg, which was shown in the box. And then this little piece under here kind of like tilts, so you can get some tilting action there. The legs, the skirt armor can come forward, so he can kick about that far forward, and it goes back, so you can kick about 90 degrees back. Pretty nice. If you move the arm and the other skirt arm out of the way, it can go. You can do probably the full splits, which is always pretty good. You can have something that can do full splits. And these leg pieces are on little ball joints. The skirt armor is a little ball joint, so they seem to pop out occasionally if you lift them up too high. That's a problem. His knee can bend 180 degrees, and it kind of fills in the gap right there, which is quite nice from the front angle view. And as Ever has in the box was that. And then his foot can bend, literally pops out of its socket, and then like rotates down. So it's kind of hollow inside there. But I want a focus camera. There we go. So it looks like that, except it's on a ball joint, and then this piece on its own little hinge, so it can move forward and back to fill in a little gap on its heel. No toe articulation. But yeah, it's about as much articulation as we'll get from this guy. He's quite small too, so let's go over the accessories. First off, he obviously has 3 beam sabers on his back, which you can't see. He has 3 beam sabers on his back, right there, and you can remove one of them, which is just like that, and all of them look like this. So let me just focus it on focus camera. There we go. All the beam sabers look like this. And then you get this piece right here, which is the actual saber. So you plug that into the handle, like so. Just simple fit, and then you can plug that into his hand, which you can only plug into this hand because stupid camera. You only plug it into his this hand, because this one is fully sealed and you can't really plug anything into that. But so you plug it into this hand, and there you go. He's holding a beam saber. So you can have him doing that, or you can just simply remove this, put it over to the side, plug this back in to his back, and then remove his fist. And then after you remove his fist, you can plug in a different fist, which has his gun, which I think is pretty cool. This part moves. Just a barrel, pretty nice. And this fist, basically, you just have to build it on here, because the thumb and those things hold it in, and you can't remove it afterwards. Well, you probably could, except it'd take a while, and I really don't want to, so he can hold his gun, and he can shoot you with it. And this piece you can like swing off to either side, or just do whatever with it. It's just on a hinge, which I think is pretty cool. And then it also comes with the shield, which has another 3 beam sabers in it, which these 2 are connected, and there really is no purpose to taking them off. So, and there's this little hinge right here, this little plug, and there's a hole in either of his arms. So you probably plug it in this one, since this one can't hold any weapons. And now he's got his little shield, which is pretty nice. That's another sticker, and so is that one. But yeah, and if he wants to hold it forward, you have to like, just don't show a side view if you're holding him forward, having a shield be forward. But yeah, you can plug that in this way, or upside down like this, depending on what you want him to defend. So yeah, it's his shield. And one of his moves from in the show, which is like the most devastating move he can do, is he reaches behind his back and takes these 3 beam sabers out, which I'll just do here for accuracy because I want to. And then he puts all 3 of them in his hand at once. Now, as you can tell, this isn't painted. This hand should be gray, and these should be painted white, except I can't paint, so it just looks like this, and I actually think it looks pretty cool. So you plug that in, and there you go. Now he has 3 beam sabers. And as I said, that weird red panel, seems to get in the way of doing some stuff. So if you want to have it bent forward or something, you have to maneuver it around that. So yeah, there is the Beginning Gundam and all his little features and doodads and special triple beam saber slashes and all the cool stuff. So in a size comparison, here he is next to the Retrofire MMPR Megazord, which you'd think is in scale, but it is not, because apparently this Gundam over here is only 23 meters tall. This guy is supposed to be 41 meters tall. So, in actual scale, he wouldn't be in scale. But this actually would be. So, it gives you a size comparison of how tall this little Gundam would actually be compared to the original Megazord, which that thing actually should be taller. But anyway, so yeah, that's the Beginning Gundam. He came out in, I believe, 2010, if I'm correct. Yes, he came out in 2010. It says in the bottom corner of the box right there. And he sold for apparently 1,600 Japanese yen. So, except nowadays you have to find him for like 30 bucks or something. But yeah, he's pretty nice. If you can find this, or any actually Gundam model, I'd say pick them up, because these things are fun to build. They look pretty cool afterwards. And who knows, you might find out he's in scale with some of the stuff you already own like I did. So yeah, this is 2022, signing out.